Straight ahead on Fox 55 News, with rough winter weather approaching, some holiday flights are already being delayed or canceled. What some travelers are saying about their plans going down with the temperatures. And you lose power during the storm. What do? We'll share some tips and where you can go if the lights go out. I'm Tara Brantley. Fox 55 News, first at 10, starts now.
You're watching the area's only primetime local newscast, Fox 55 News, first at 10.
Winter storm warning. As you join us tonight, Indiana, Ohio, and much of the region is under alert. Fox 55 News is following the freeze of this Arctic punch that will likely impact your holiday plans. We have team coverage tonight. We start with meteorologist Beverly Perry for a look at how much of a punch we're talking about. Beverly?
Yeah, Tara, we're talking about an impactful storm, and the timing isn't great. Right around holiday travel, it's impacting people from Wyoming and eventually all the way towards the eastern seaboard. This is what's happening right now. This system is beginning to get organized. You can see the snow extending from portions of Minnesota to Iowa to Nebraska. The wind and cold air, it is in fact behind it. So the timeline, Thursday and Friday, we're looking at a brief morning mix to rain, then rain to snow in the evening, causing a flash freeze. I'll talk a little bit more about that. Plus, snow showers overnight into Friday, creating hazardous travel conditions across the area. National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for the entire area. I'll bring you your hour-by-hour forecast and what to expect during the day tomorrow, coming up in a few minutes.
Beverly, thank you. And as you'd expect with all of that, travel will be impacted. Everything from airlines to trains to cars. That means you may want to change your plans and head out early tomorrow or not at all. Fox 55's Drew Fry talked with local transportation and medical officials today. Tonight, he is live outside the Three Rivers Ambulance Authority headquarters to continue our team coverage. Drew, what did you find out?
Yeah, Tara, well, all this weather we're talking about, well, it could probably throw off, work schedule or maybe your travel schedule. The people here at the Three Rivers Ambulance Authority, these first responder medics, they don't have the option to stay home. They're going to be out in the middle of it no matter what. So if you want to help them out, being cautious on the road, being better prepared, that's going to lighten up their workload a little bit. I talked with Bernie Baer at the Department of Homeland Security earlier today, and he says this department, they can't just plan ahead and, wait until after the storm is done to send out their alerts. They need to really start thinking about this now. So no matter what comes, they're planning for the best and the worst case scenario with this storm. The winter storm is on its way. Director of Homeland Security in Allen County, Bernie Baer, will be paying close attention to the roads in the coming days. He'll be the one calling travel advisories for drivers.
What I really want them to pay attention to is not so much whether it's an advisory, a watch or warning. That's a general term, but I want you to hear my words in it. That's what I try to change each time.
Are there bridges iced over? Are rural roads or neighborhoods tough to navigate? These are the questions he'll be answering in the department's updates. Baer knows he can't control the decisions people make once the snow starts piling up and the roads get slick. But by keeping the public informed, he hopes to allow them to be better prepared.
The potential for bad things to happen is greater. Doesn't mean they will, but the potential for bad things are stacking up against you. Not to the point where you need to be fearful, stay home and lock the door and don't go to grandma's. Go out and travel, but be smart.
Yet local first responders say depending on how bad the roads are, the smart thing to do may be to avoid them altogether.
If you don't have to go out, stay home, right? Stay where it's warm. Get your necessities early.
TRA has already prepped extra trucks in anticipation of the storm. Director Daniel O'Shaughnessy expects to see an uptick in calls once the snow settles. He advises people to take it easy in these potentially dangerous temperatures.
If you're out, you're shoveling snow and doing all that, pay attention to your body. If you start to feel unwell, then give us a call and we'll come help you out.
He says the response time for any individual vehicle may be slower as the trucks navigate the storm.
But at the end of the day, if someone calls 911, they're going to get an ambulance.
So right now, things looking pretty calm, a little bit of the calm before the storm, but this green grass all around me, not going to be visible for that much longer. Brunt of the storm coming into tomorrow, so of course, you want to follow along with us. We'll continue to give you updates here on Fox 55, so follow along on air and online. In the meantime, reporting live, I'm Drew Fry, Fox 55 News.
Enjoy the green while you can. All right, thank you, Drew. Whether you're planning to stay close to home or jump on the highway, NDOT is urging you to adjust your plans. Road conditions are expected to be dangerous. The combination of rain, snow, and freezing temperatures with wind gusts will create low to no visibility. Hunter Petroviak says if you can, you've heard it, stay home.
My advice to drivers would be get your stuff done early, get to where you're going early, and when this storm hits, just kind of stay home if you're possible. If you do have to head out, though, make sure you give yourself plenty of extra time to get to where you're going.
NDOT will have more than 1,000 plows and salt trucks ready to clear the roads. The Indiana Emergency Operations Center and Indiana National Guard have both been activated. Of course, we want to know how the pending Arctic punch will affect your holiday travel plans. We sent Fox 55's Brianna Bias to the Fort Wayne International Airport to talk with incoming travelers and airport officials.
I'll be home for Christmas. That's what many like Eric Duell are promising their families.
Indiana in general just has that way of sucking people back in, whether they like it or not.
He flew into Fort Wayne from Hawaii, and with the pending storm, he made sure to schedule his flight for early in the week.
I haven't seen snow in so many years, so I get to look forward to that.
He might be excited about it, but the forecast makes life a little trickier for Fort Wayne International Airport Director Scott Hinderman.
The airport staff, we're going to make sure that we have the airfield open, so we will be ready. Even if it is white out, we'll keep that runway open. We just got to make sure that the airlines can get here and operate.
Your safety and well-being are always our top priorities.
Hinderman can't remember a single holiday when the weather was expected to be this bad. So his best advice for weekend travelers?
Maybe staying home isn't such a terrible idea. Safe and home is better than in a compromised position.
If you must fly, pack your patience.
Thank you for your cooperation and understanding.
The person that's trying to help you, they are not in charge of the weather, and nobody is. So, don't take it out on that poor person.
He says whether your flight will take off or not is up in the air. But for folks like Duell who are already safely to their destination, they simply get to make the most of the white Christmas.
I did buy sleds. We're going to go sledding.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Shove Park and sled.
In Fort Wayne, I'm Brianna Bias, Fox 55 News.
Shove is a good spot. Hinderman says icy roads should not be a problem for airlines, and the airplanes de-icing will be done on the runways. But since the airlines do make the final call on whether you can fly, be sure to check your status often because many airlines are canceling flights. And for those who do decide to venture out during the storm, Deb Rivas with BD Automotive in Columbia City says they'll be on standby, ready to tow people out of the snow. She says they were up all night towing after the storm back in October. She expects this go-round to be much worse and says, we keep on saying it, if you can, simply stay home.
We are kind of planning on sticking around home in case there is some tows that we're going to need to go out and get on Friday and possibly even Thursday. We don't know what this weather's going to bring in.
She recommends driving very carefully and giving them a call if you need help. But of course, she wants to spend as much time with her family as possible. So her best advice, once again, stay home. Purdue Fort Wayne also getting ready for the dangerous weather as well. PFW and IU Fort Wayne's campus will close tomorrow at noon to get ahead of hazardous travel conditions. All on-campus activities are canceled, and essential employees should check with supervisors for more information. The campus will reopen January 3rd at 7 a.m. Well, as we have been telling you, the winter storm is going to bring below freezing temperatures, rain, snow, high winds, all of which could cause prolonged power outages around the area. Fox 55's Stephen Walker spoke with Indiana Michigan Power and the Fort Wayne Fire Department for a look at options if you lose power.
Ice and wind. It's a powerful combination that could mean power outages for hours or even days in sub-zero temperatures. Indiana Michigan Power's Corey Olenkamp says they're ready, but you must be too.
Power's our business. We've been preparing for this for several days now. Our teams are already in meeting. We're making sure we have staffing and material in place for any event, but we still need our customers to be prepared. So that comes down to having a plan and making sure you're ready if there is a potential outage.
Those plans include having alternative sources of heat, but Fort Wayne Fire Department Chief Adam O'Connor warns you need to be careful of how you heat your home.
And so if you have an adjunct heating source, like a kerosene heater, you want to make sure you're being very cautious with keeping your distance from it and not having anything flammable around it. Also make sure if you're using a heating source that it is supposed to be indoors and isn't producing carbon monoxide that's going to make you and your family ill.
O'Connor also says generators should be outside and well ventilated. Olenkamp had some more ideas, such as having plenty of food and water, as well as blankets and warm clothes. One thing Olenkamp suggests that Indiana and Michigan Power customers do is to download their app. Now, one thing you can do on the app is look at an outage map of the city of Fort Wayne, so if the power does go out, you'll know exactly where. Now, Olenkamp says patience is going to be key if outages do occur. He assures that the workers will be going as fast as they can to get the power back on, but they're going to do it as safely as possible.
We want to make sure our guys are safe getting to the job sites. We have to make sure they stay warm, that they're taking breaks to make sure that they're staying safe and healthy during the restoration efforts.
O'Connor says the storm will impact a lot of people's plans, but the best way for everyone to make it through is to stay safe and go about your business as usual.
Make sure that in the home we're being as safe as we would every other day.
In Fort Wayne, Stephen Walker, Fox 55 News.
Olenkamp says outages could take hours to restore. Add in the high winds, and it could take a day or two. If you do lose power and need a warm place to stay, you do have a few options. The city of Avila will have 2 different warming shelters for locations and hours. Simply call 211. You can also head to the Fort Wayne Rescue Mission on Washington Boulevard from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. There, you can get a hot meal as well. The Karras House also has shelter for single women with or without children. Check-in time is 5:30 until 9:30 p.m. Don't forget, our furry friends at home cannot be forgotten in the frigid temperatures. So, Fort Wayne Animal Care and Control is giving some reminders to keep your pets safe when the temperatures go down. If the temp dips below 10 degrees, pets need to be brought into a climate-controlled building. City ordinance also says they can't be outside any longer than 15 minutes without access to shelter and water despite the temperature. And if you need material for a warm bed for your animal, Animal Care and Control is offering free straw while supplies last. And when weather like this hits, some like to take advantage and enjoy the outdoors. If you are planning to use the ice for skiing, fishing, or just sliding around, always assume you're on thin ice. You also need to remember to wear a life jacket and never test the thickness of the ice while you're alone. At least 4 inches of ice is recommended for fishing and 5 inches for snowmobiling. But most importantly, remember, no ice is safe ice. Because of this approaching storm, Fox 55 News will expand its storm coverage beyond our first at 10 evening newscast. Starting tomorrow, just before 5 p.m., look for live local storm and road condition updates here on WFFT. You can also go to our website, WFFT.com, tap our app, or check us out on social media. Fox 55 News following the holiday freeze with coverage you need to keep you in the know. Coming up, Parkview Regional just put the finishing touches on a new addition that will help with the ongoing demand for inpatient beds. We'll tell you what it is in just a moment. Plus, SuperShot now has a new tool in its fight against COVID-19. We'll tell you what that tool is and why you might have to wait a few days to get it. And later, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana is always looking for donations and volunteers. With this being the season of giving, hear how you can lend a helping hand in tonight's Start Something Big.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Carter Hearing Clinics, creating a higher standard of care.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know I am. I just want you to know I am.
Put a little love in your heart. Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. This season, get 1,000 retail order bonus cash on a full lineup of SUVs and trucks. See your dealer today and shine bright with Ford.
Last week, I stepped in a bear trap. I should really get rid of it, but I'll make do.
Just like I make do without home internet.
Besides, my phone gets the job done. Sometimes. It's not that bad.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Unlimited Mobile with 5G and home internet together for just $50 a month. Switch today.
So imagine this.
Whether it's new, existing, or a refinanced home,
let's build that together.
Finance your dream at ProFed. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking to tackle major home renovation? With windows, doors, and more, it doesn't have to be a hassle because we handle all your interior and exterior needs. Superior roofing, durable siding, stunning kitchens and bathrooms, spectacular room additions. We've got you covered. Make us your one-stop shop because we do windows, doors, and so much more. Are you an experienced installer? Come join our elite team of home improvement specialists and help us put the more in windows, doors, and more.
From our family to yours, happy holidays. The Fort Wayne Police Department is asking for your help to identify a man they say robbed a Dollar General store at gunpoint. Take a look. Here is who they are looking for. They say this man is wanted for armed robbery stemming from an incident Sunday evening at the Tillman Road Dollar General. If you have any information about who this is, the number to call is 436-STOP. That's 436-7867. You can give your anonymous tip to FWPD. A woman is fighting for her life tonight after being ejected from her car this morning. It happened just after 10 at North Clinton Street and Spy Run Extended. Fort Wayne police say she was driving on Clinton when she ran a stop sign. She crashed into a work van and was ejected from her car. The man driving the van wasn't hurt, but the woman was rushed to the hospital with critical injuries. Super Shot now has more ways to help you in the fight against COVID. You can now get the bivalent booster for children 6 months and older at the Hobson Road Clinic. Kids 6 months to 5 years old can get the Moderna shot. The Pfizer dose is for ages 6 months to 4 years. The hours will be a little different for the holidays and the upcoming storm. They'll be closed this Friday until next Monday, but will reopen from 10 until 4 from the 27th through the 30th. They'll also be closed from New Year's Eve until January 2nd. A COVID vaccination and testing clinic will be held in DeKalb County next week. The Indiana Department of Health will offer both Pfizer and Moderna shots at the New Hope Christian Center at 900 South Wayne Street in Waterloo. This is for 1 day only. That is Thursday, December 29th from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Anyone 5 and older can get a vaccine. Walk-ins are welcome. Parkview Regional Medical Center putting the finishing touches on a project to bring in almost 150 new inpatient beds. The center has completed the last unit of its new medical tower. Construction for the South Tower began back in May 2018. The first beds opened back in August of 2020 in response to the pandemic. Parkview Randalia and DeKalb Hospital also received new inpatient beds during that time. The health system has added a total of more than 250 beds since the initiative began. The holiday travel issues that we are expecting are already causing holiday headaches for millions of Americans across the country. For some, the brutal temperatures are really packing a punch. Will Nunley has a look at how some are braving the cold.
Freezing cold temperatures are settling in across the country, putting millions of people under weather alerts. Parts of the northern plains and Midwest began seeing snow on Wednesday afternoon. Forecasters expect wind chills to drop as low as 70 degrees below zero. Across the region, emergency shelters have opened for people in need of food or warmth. Local officials urge folks to stay inside, warning frostbite can happen within minutes.
If you have to be outdoors, it is important to wear loose, layered, warm clothes. Keep your head, hands, and feet covered when outdoors and watch for signs of frostbite.
By the weekend, the bitter cold will stretch as far south as Florida. Here in Texas, the state's power grid will face a major test nearly 2 years after a historic freeze knocked out power to millions of customers.
The grid is ready and reliable. We expect to have sufficient generation to meet demand throughout this entire winter weather event.
The brutal conditions are hitting in the middle of a busy holiday travel season. Some major airports are already reporting delays and cancellations. Airlines expect more disruptions in the coming days as crews work to de-ice planes and clear runways. Folks across the country have been scrambling to get out on earlier flights.
We ended up rescheduling and getting everything figured out. Sounds like every single hour counts in trying to figure out when you're going to get home.
Officials urge people to have emergency kits at the ready, especially if you have to go outside. In Dallas, Texas, Will Nunley, Fox Weather.
The battle rages on over the future of Title 42. The Biden administration and Republican attorney generals are both waiting in the meantime. We'll break down the back and forth coming up.
A strong winter storm will be bringing us rain, snow, wind, and much colder air. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast next.
Shine bright with Ford during the final days of the Shine Bright sales event. New inventory is still arriving daily, so drive one home today. Now get 1,000 retail order bonus cash on a full lineup of SUVs and trucks, and shine bright with Ford.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. They help restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture. We've got to have each other's backs.
CeraVe, now the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare brand.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Snow is in the air, and it's beginning to look a lot like savings during the holiday sale at Furniture Row. Stop in today because everything is on sale. That means huge discounts store-wide on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Plus, decorating your entire home just got easier with 4 years no-interest financing. So pack up the sleigh, pick up grandmother on the way, and shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Happy holidays from Furniture Row.
For almost 20 years, the Import Doctors have been the expert automotive repair source for Asian imports in Fort Wayne. We provide you with all the parts and services you can get from the dealership without all the costs, and our work will not void your warranty. Whether you need a scheduled maintenance, a new timing belt, or a new set of brakes, the team of ASE certified and master technicians will provide you with any service your car needs. Come to the Import Doctors on North Clinton Street for the best prices and service.
While the other guys are sleeping, we're putting in the hard work. At Sheriff Goslin Roofing, we know that hard work isn't a choice. It's the only choice. For over 100 years, you have relied on us to be there for you. To answer a simple question, tackle a repair, or manage a complete roof replacement. With quality roofing products backed by the Sheriff Goslin Guarantee of Excellence. Because at Sheriff Goslin, hard work just means we aren't afraid of a tough day at the office. Sheriff Goslin Quality Roofing since 1906.
Shine bright with Ford during the final days of the Shine Bright sales event. New inventory is still arriving daily, so drive one home today. Just announced for final days. Get a 2022 F-150 with 1,000 bonus cash and 500 accessories cash.
Fox 55's Severe Weather Center forecast is sponsored by Windows, Doors, and More, serving northeastern Indiana for over 35 years. Your window and door connection. And now, your forecast from the Fox 55 Severe Weather Center.
We have an impactful winter storm heading our way. We have blizzard warnings. That's in the orange for portions of Iowa, even beyond. They're dealing with a strong wind with snow already in the ground. Now we have this pink here. That's a winter storm warning that's in effect, and we even have that in effect here closer to home. Northeast Indiana, Northwest Ohio, Thursday evening through Saturday morning. Of course, we do have that blizzard warning off to our northwest along that lake shore, but nonetheless, all of us will be feeling the impacts of this winter system. It will be impacting travel in the coming days. Yes, the snowfall is important, but the impacts are even more important, but I'll break this down for you right now. 6 to 8 inches for our northwesternmost counties. We're talking Steuben County, LaGrange, and northern portions of Kosciuszko County. The rest of us are going to get a douse of about 3 to 6 inches once it's all said and done. The heart of the system come Friday morning. Of course, we will see a little bit of lake effect out of this over the course of Friday and even Saturday. Here's your impact timeline. In the morning, if you have things to do, travel, errands, whatnot, that is the time frame to do it. Yes, we will see a brief mix early at the onset, but most of this is going to be a cold rain, and things start to go downhill right about here. This is going to be towards Thursday evening and beyond. A flash freeze is certainly possible. That is simple reason being we're going from about the middle 30s to about the 20s and teens in the span of about a couple hours. We've already had surface observations from Cheyenne, Wyoming. They dropped 40 degrees in 30 minutes. This is how strong this cold front is. Now we're looking at moderate to heavy snowfall from Thursday evening into the wee hours of Friday morning, and then a little bit of light snowfall towards Friday morning towards daybreak. Upwards to about 50 and 55 miles per hour, those sustained speeds 25 to 35. This is going to be creating hazardous travel and whiteout conditions. So that is why we're trying to tell you guys to stay home, especially on Friday. Here's the system barreling across the Central Plains and the upper Midwest. The winds are picking up behind this system. Already seeing some road closures across portions of Nebraska and even points to the west. This is going to continue to be the trend as this thing continues to track eastward. We're quiet across Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio. Don't keep in mind, this is just a little bit of reflectivity. There is nothing out there. We are quiet. We're not expecting anything towards daybreak tomorrow morning. A little bit of a brief wintry mix. The best opportunity for that will be north of 30. The rest of us are going to see warming temperatures as we go throughout the day. Temperatures are expected to be into the mid to upper 30s. We could see a little bit of mixing those snowflakes with the rain towards along and north of that US 6 corridor. But for the most part, it's going to be a very cold rain. Now 3, 4 o'clock, here comes the cold front. This is where things are changing because this system has sped up quite a bit. Right around 6 o'clock. This is when that colder air is going to be filtering in. This is where the flash freeze potential will be in place. From 6 until about 8 o'clock, you can also see those dark blues. That's some heavy snowfall that is expected. This thing is going to be like a switch from rain to snow. The snow is going to continue moderate to heavy snowfall through the evening hours, and basically the intensity lightens up towards midnight, and by about 2, 3 o'clock, it's going to be a sharp cutoff. It's done, and then we'll see a little bit of light lake effect. Bitterly cold temperatures are on the backside of this thing, friends. 20 to 30 below through Friday, and I just want to double down on this. This is the dangerous cold temperatures that we've been pounding in the pavement, trying to get everybody aware of. This is the type of cold that you want to protect your pets, your homes, yourself. You don't want exposed skin. This is the kind of cold that is going to last through the holiday weekend, Tara.
And people need to realize that it's the cold that is so dangerous.
Absolutely, and also just being on the roads when you can't see anything in front of you.
Oh, so true. Beverly, thanks. We'll check back in later. The Sellers sisters reunite on the court once again. Elijah Collins takes us through the battle between the Mastodons and Terrapins later in sports.
Broke down, been in a wreck, cost more to fix your car than it's worth? Call Tammy's Auto Recycling and get cash fast for your vehicle. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tammy's Auto Recycling, 246-2468.
Deck your halls at the Great Escape. Save up to 40% on Brunswick pool tables, like our 8-foot table with ping pong top, delivery, installation, and players package. Now only $29.99. Put a game table under the tree. Foosball, air hockey, or a 12-foot shuffleboard. Priced at just $29.99. Don't miss comfy home theater seats as low as $4.99 per seat. And save up to 40% on floor model jacuzzi hot tubs. Only at the Great Escape. Shop the Great Escape.
This holiday season, Blackburn Romey would like to thank all of the clients we've represented for your loyalty and trust. We truly appreciate you choosing us as your personal injury lawyers.
Earning your trust and respect is the best gift we could ever receive.
So from all of us at Blackburn Romey, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a healthy and happy New Year.
At
Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 3.99% financing plus $500 red tag bonus cash on all Equinox models. Or find your red tag and get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers.
Brighten up your home right now at Menards. Come check out our wide variety of Hunter lighting options available in the store and online. From vanity lights to freestanding lamps, we have the right light to match your personal style. Design your unique look with Hunter mix and match lamps and shades. Choose from hundreds of Hunter lighting combinations now at Menards. Plus, get a Menards gift card, the perfect gift this season.
Take the news with you with the Fox 55 News app. Customize your home screen to always see the news you want first. Fox 55 News app. Get it today. Fox 55, first at 10.
Broke down, been in a wreck, cost more to fix your car than it's worth? Call Tammy's Auto Recycling and get cash fast for your vehicle. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tammy's Auto Recycling, 246-2468.
You're watching the area's only primetime local newscast. Fox 55 News, first at 10.
Thanks for staying with us. Fort Wayne police are getting a brand new surveillance drone. They got final approval at last night's city council meeting. The department says it's been working on getting it for years. The cost just shy of $100,000.
One would be large-scale overwatch of a large incident, large crowds, things like that.
Roland says it will require weeks of training before they can use it, but he is excited to have access to it, and he says it will fit perfectly with their current fleet of drones. Allen County first responders are preparing for whatever this week's winter weather brings. TRA officials say they typically see an uptick in calls right before and after a big storm, so extra ambulances will be ready. Medics are ready to help those in need, even if the county issues travel warnings.
It's just a kind of another day at the office for us. We do make plans for those eventualities. We set up accommodations for our crews to stay overnight, so beds and food and whatnot.
The Department of Homeland Security asks you to check road conditions before you head out to drive. The DOH will issue travel advisories, and the Department of Transportation will have live looks at the roads on its websites as well. The upcoming winter storm has the potential to knock out power around the area, and with the high winds and freezing temperatures, restoration could take longer than usual. Indiana-Michigan Power's Corey Olenkamp says the company has been monitoring the storm and they will be ready.
This is something that we come prepared for. This is our job. We do this 24/7, 365, and we know that our customers expect that of us. So we are making sure we're prepared. Like I said, we've been in meetings for days now to make sure we've got staffing and material in place that we can quickly respond to any potential outages.
Olenkamp says you should start planning for outages. He recommends having backup heating sources and ways to stay warm in case the power does go out. He says all outages will be resolved as quickly and safely as possible. In news from around the world, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky speaking in Washington today in his first foreign appearance since the war began. Amanda Sansoni tells us more as he addressed a joint meeting.
In a remarkable primetime address before a joint session of Congress.
Ukraine is alive and kicking.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressing gratitude for ongoing support from the U.S. amid Russia's invasion, with a gift from the front lines.
This flag is a symbol of our victory. In this war, we stand, we fight, and we will win because we are united. Ukraine, America, and the entire free world.
And reminding Americans the fight for democratic values is not Ukraine's alone.
Ukrainian courage and American resolve must guarantee the future of our common freedom. The freedom of people who stand for their values.
The momentous speech on the heels of an historic White House visit, where President Joe Biden committed to an additional $1.8 billion in security assistance, including a new Patriot surface-to-air missile defense system.
The Patriot battery will be another critical asset for Ukraine as it defends itself against Russian aggression.
Zelensky's visit comes as Russia mounts unrelenting attacks on Ukraine's critical infrastructure.
Russia is using winter as a weapon, freezing people, starving people, cutting them off from one another.
The leaders uniting in a symbolic rebuke of Russian President Vladimir Putin, with the hopes a continued alliance will ultimately turn the tide and bring an end to the war.
We will stay with you for as long as it takes.
In Washington, I'm Amanda Sansoni.
'Tis the season to give to those in need, and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana has plenty of ways you can do that. How you can start something big after the break.
Sold the restaurant based upon the inability to be able to work. Physical therapy, honestly, what you guys were able to do at Stepping Up, it was life-changing. I was able to get back to what I enjoy doing so much.
'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. It's your last chance to get our best deal of the year. Tis? Tis. This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro that's in stock now. Plus Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro. All on us. Don't miss out. Verizon.
Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. Just announced for final days. Get a 2022 F-150 with $1,000 bonus cash and $500 accessories cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Mom, I love the new windows. They let in all the fresh air.
Oh, I know, honey. I'm so glad we called Castle Centurion.
Enjoy the only true lifetime warranty, including accidental glass breakage, with Castle Centurion Exteriors, backed by the Good Housekeeping Company. Visit CastleCenturion.com or call to schedule a free in-home consultation today and receive up to 25% off your entire project with Castle Centurion Exteriors, because your home is your castle.
What's your check engine light telling you? Bring your car or truck to Lash Auto Service and let the knowledgeable technicians diagnose the underlying problem that's stored in your vehicle's computer and get you back on the road fast. Take the worry out of hot summer driving with the 14-point checkup for only $31.95. And it's not too early to get your student's car ready to go back to school. Lash Auto Service, 540 Broadway in New Haven, next to the tracks across from Rack and Helens.
If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 260-333-1800. I can pay cash and close in as little as 3 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, in any location. Call 260-333-1800.
Sold the restaurant based upon the inability to be able to work. Physical therapy, honestly, what you guys were able to do at Stepping Up, it was life-changing. I was able to get back to what I enjoy doing so much.
Start something big Wednesdays on Fox 55, first at 10. Sponsored by Tammy's Auto Recycling.
During this season of giving, there are plenty of ways to give to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana. The organization is part of a roundup campaign with Macy's until Christmas Eve, only a couple days left. That means when you buy from Macy's, you can round up your purchase to the nearest dollar, and that money will go to BBBS. There are also other ways you can help out. Fox 55's Kelsey Mannix takes a look.
Donations can go a long way for nonprofits like Big Brothers Big Sisters. They rely entirely on outside funds from companies, individuals, and grants.
So every donation really does count because we don't charge these families anything to keep this program running. This includes, activities for the matches. This includes, creating our special events to generate more funding. This includes staff pay.
So during the season of giving, there are a couple ways you can donate through stores and services you probably use often.
If you shop at Kroger and you have a Kroger account, you can go through their app and just connect your account to Big Brothers Big Sisters, and then a very small percentage of your purchases at Kroger will come back to us.
There's also Amazon Smile, which you can connect your account to through the app or website.
And then it's linked to your account, and all Amazon approved purchases will then donate a small percentage back to us as well.
Ryder says Big Brothers Big Sisters is also a part of the Community Foundation of Greater Fort Wayne's Giving Tuesday campaign. They'll match 20% of donations through November 20th. He says any of these options help not only activities for kids and families, but also to pay their staff.
You know, when the rough years do happen, we do have the endowment and other money we can pull down from to, support our staff. Especially, when the economic environment isn't always the most ideal. It's a big safety net that allows us to continue our mission when, we might not be seeing the funding that we typically see.
And that was Kelsey Mannix reporting. Call the number on your screen if you want to learn more about volunteering with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
We have an impactful winter storm heading our way. Your hour-by-hour forecast on the other side of this break.
And plenty of changes across the board today. IU down starting guard Xavier Johnson. Comets bringing some big help in front of the net. And the Colts with another change to the starting quarterback position. All that tea and more next in sports.
Hey, thanks for working through the holidays.
Clara, Dad says you're working over Christmas.
Here you go, Mrs. Person.
Let me pay you.
No, you're not going to pay me.
We are the helping hand.
Ollie, happy holidays to you.
Thanks for everything you do, Clara.
We couldn't let you be alone for Christmas.
Oh, we put such a streak.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Last week, I stepped in a bear trap. I should really get rid of it, but I'll make do.
Just like I make do without home internet.
Besides, my phone gets the job done. Sometimes. It's not that bad.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Unlimited Mobile with 5G and home internet together for just $50 a month. Switch today.
There are many layers to what's really happening on the road. It may be true that cars are safer, but people are not. Distracted drivers, drunk drivers, people who are speeding or blowing through lights and stop signs are out there with you. Even though the accident is over, the scary part is just beginning. And worst of all, through no fault of your own, your family's future is at risk.
If you've been hurt, put a fighter on your side.
Call Booker Sinak today.
Need a wheelchair, scooter, lift chair, or other type of home medical equipment? Frustrated with purchasing approvals? Access One has the most comprehensive line of scooters, power wheelchairs, lift chairs, and beds. We're the area's leader in stair lifts, platform lifts, and access ramps, too. We promise a hassle-free and affordable experience, and unlike the others, we'll help complete your insurance paperwork.
At Access One, you're more than just a customer.
So let our family help your family.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Justin Prince. Get your sports on Fox 55. And now, your forecast from the Fox 55 Severe Weather Center.
We have an impactful winter storm heading our way. The National Weather Service has already issued a winter storm warning. This encompasses the entire WFFT viewing area and, of course, along Michigan Lakeshore. You can see that is a blizzard warning at this moment in time. Here's what we're looking at as far as snowfall accumulation. Again, yes, we're going to get accumulating snowfall, but the impacts outweigh the snowfall. But nonetheless, here's what it looks like. About 3 to 6 inches for a good chunk of the area, from Auburn to Fort Wayne to Huntington to even Hartford City. Now, 6 to 8 will be a little bit closer along and north of US 6. So the closer you get to Michigan, the higher the snowfall totals will in fact be. So here's what we're going to break down for this late week system here, Thursday and Friday. We're looking at a flash freeze potential. That is going to be towards Thursday evening. Ballpark right around 6 o'clock in the evening to about 8 when temperatures drop off. So any liquid will in fact freeze, and then you're going to get that snow to pile up on top of it, making hazardous travel. Those hazardous travel or the issues, they're going to stem from about Thursday to about Saturday morning. Strong wind gusts are, in fact, going to accompany the system. They're going to pick up behind this cold front. It is going to be picking up Thursday and remaining strong through the duration of Friday. So wind gusts upwards about 50 and 55 miles per hour. Power outages will, in fact, be possible. If that isn't bad enough, we have dangerous cold heading our way. We're looking at wind chill values ranging from 15 to 13 below. That's going to be from Friday through Sunday, so through Christmas. So here's our system. We're looking at a brief period of a wintry mix right around daybreak to about 10 o'clock in the morning. Then we get those rain chances coming in around lunchtime. We may hold on to the colder air long enough in our northern tier counties where we'll still see a few snowflakes mixing in. But cue the colder air. It starts to arrive right around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Rain chances. We're looking at those showers right around Fort Wayne and points to the south, to the northwest of there. This is snow. This is going to be like a switch. That colder air is going to be riding in very quickly, so it's going to go rain to snow almost immediately. Pockets of moderate and even heavy snowfall through the 6 o'clock hour, and of course that strong and gusty wind will accompany this at that point in time too. 9 o'clock Thursday evening, some heavier snowfall across northwest Ohio. You can see the intensity across northeast Indiana starts to diminish, so this is going to start waning at about 2, 3 o'clock come Friday morning, but the impacts are going to continue into our Friday. We're talking strong and gusty winds resulting in near whiteout conditions relating to hazardous travel. But on top of that, this is the wind chill values come Friday. We're looking at bitterly cold wind chills. 30 below is what it's going to feel like in the morning, about 25 to 30 below in the afternoon. So this is the type of cold that you really want to layer up and cover all exposed skin. Again, these cold temperatures are going to be with us through the holiday week, and we're talking those wind chills 15 below to about 30 below. And then we do have some warmer air returning back to our neck of the woods. We finally get out of the freezer towards the middle of next week.
And now, from Fox 55 News, this is your local sports.
And big news from Bloomington tonight. Fifth-year senior guard Xavier Johnson will be out indefinitely after undergoing surgery today. Johnson suffered a foot injury after going for a loose ball in the first half of their game against Kansas. So far this season, Johnson is averaging just under 10 points a game and leads the team with 54 assists and 13 steals. The Hoosiers are hopeful he will return before the end of the season. Well, good evening, everyone. Speaking of college hoops, the Purdue-Fort Wayne women closed out in a non-conference play today, and to say it was their toughest test yet might be an understatement. The Dons welcoming in number 15 Maryland this morning for some matinee hoops. And it was a double dip of the Sellers at the Gate Sports Center. PFW's Shayla and the Dons welcoming her sister Cheyenne and the Terrapins to town. Second quarter we go. 7-point Maryland lead, and check out Shayla in the corner. Cans the triple, gets it to go. 3 of her 6 points. She added 7 boards. It's a 4-point game, but the Terps, would open things up from there. Diamond Miller answers right back with a 3 of her own. Gets the bucket to go, and later on, this time off the turnover, it's going to be the little sister, Cheyenne. She takes it back for the bucket, and just like that, it's a 15-point game. 15-point Maryland lead. Dons will keep it close to half. Then it's going to be Amelia Broman-Schinkel. Had a big day for her. 2 of her game-high 25 points. She added 10 rebounds as well. It's a 13-point game at recess. Second half was all Maryland, though. On the break, it's Miller playing a little give-and-go action. She finished with 17. Terps up 32 in the third quarter alone. And then it was the fourth. It's Cheyenne. Once again, another bucket for her. She led Maryland with 18 points and 6 boards. As Cheyenne and the Terrapins win the Sellers Bowl over Shayla and PFW 88-51 your final.
It was really cool. It's probably the first time we've ever played against each other besides like in high school practice. So it was nice seeing someone familiar that I really didn't need to know much of scouting report about. So it was really a special opportunity, especially for my senior year.
What's Christmas going to be like now?
I think it won't be much different. Probably still go to the gym one-on-one is always a Christmas tradition, I would say. Probably still smack talks, exchange some words, have a few words already ready.
Dons are 4-8 on the year. Off till next Thursday. They'll be at Robert Morris for a 4 p.m. tip. All right, to the high school ranks we go. It's undefeated Central Noble taking on 7-6 Wawasee. We're going to pick this one up first quarter, 0-0 game until Madison Vice. You cut to the basket, you get rewarded. It's the first bucket of the game. Central Noble went on a 6-0 run, but later in the first quarter, 4:13 left. Mackenzie Hackelman gets the layup to go, and she's going to come back for more. It's a 6-2 game. She showed off the inside game, and now she's going to show off the long-range ball. Knocks down the three. 15 points for her tonight. Then it's going to be Megan Keeble. You run the break, and you're going to get rewarded once again. Gets the layup to go. Central Nova gets the win tonight, 52-27. Cougars move to 14-0 on the season.